Hello everyone, this is Tricky and welcome back to another video. As you can see by the title, we're going to be doing some different things on the channel. If you've been around for a while, I'm pretty sure that you're familiar with my top 10 fusion videos and my top 10 fan-made Pokemon series, and we're going to be adding a new one. I asked you guys what kind of top 10s you would like to see for the channel, and top 10 potential Mega Evolutions for Generation 7 was a part of the little list, so this is only one of the many things that you'll be seeing on the channel. And one more thing before we start, I would just like to thank you guys for 100k subscribers. That is amazing. I never would have thought that I would ever get this far, and if it wasn't for your love and support, I would be nothing. I love you guys. I really do. I love you guys so much, and I'm so happy that y'all chose to even stick with me for so long. But yeah, World Domination is starting. Tricksters for life. And of course, there will be 100k specials, like a song that I've been working on for a while, and my top 10 favorite Pokemon, and a Draw My Life video, so make sure that you stick around. So let's go ahead and get into today's topic. So today we're going to be talking about the Dark type Pokemon who I would like to see with a Mega Evolution, and be sure to put in the comments below what type you would like me to cover next. So besides fan art that's already been made, we're going to try to think of competitive stuff as well. I'm a little new to competitive battling, but you guys could help me out and suggest things that you would like to see for them. Taking our number 10 spot, we have Umbreon. Now I know a lot of people are a little conflicted when it comes to Mega Evolutions for the evolutions, but that's completely understandable. Most of these evolutions are actually pretty powerful, and when it comes to certain stats, they kinda excel in certain ones, like Umbreon for an example. Its strong points are defense and special defense. That's freaking awesome. Umbreon and Vaporeon are more like the tank of the evolutions, but I know that they are in lower tiers, and if you don't know, if you're new to competitive like I am, OU or overuse, there's only one evolution that people use a lot in competitive, which is Sylveon. But of course, a lot of other people like using other tiers for competitive as well. They actually prefer that instead, and that's fine too. And I'm not saying that these Mega Evolutions are gonna put all of these Pokemon in higher tiers such as OU, but I would still like to see some improvements. Now my personal opinion about Umbreon, I would actually really like it to be Dark Poison type. I honestly think so, and it's a little weird when it comes to evolutions. They usually have one type, but you never know. They always add things when it comes to Mega Evolutions. And the only reason why I say that is because Umbreon actually has a Pokedex entry that says that it could shoot poison from its sweat. So I think that it would fit very, very well. And of course, this thing could be even more mean when it comes to defense and special defense, because they could add on to that. But I would also like to see its attack boosted as well, because this thing could be annoying. But yeah, let's go ahead and move on. Moving on to number 9, we have Bisharp. This Pokemon is already pretty powerful. I'm not even gonna lie about that, but it's more or less of curiosity. I just want to see what kind of design they could come up with for this Pokemon. Of course, it has that amazing steel coverage for fairies, because fairies have become evil Satan whenever it comes to competitive play, which is kind of helpful. And of course, it already being in the OU tier, it is commonly used because it is a good Pokemon. Its stats excel in attack and defense, which is to be expected, but if it was to receive a Mega Evolution, I would actually like to see its HP or its special defense rise, because it's covered in armor. Bisharp does not like fighting types at all. Dark, steel, oh yeah, it's dead whenever a fighting type shows up. Most of the time you want to have attack and speed investments put into this Pokemon, because that's its strong points. But again, it's mostly just curiosity. I know this Pokemon is already strong, and please do not get the wrong idea. I know that Mega Evolution isn't the only solution to making a Pokemon more powerful. If you actually study it and learn how to use it, then you could pretty much use any Pokemon. No Pokemon is actually bad. Taking our number 8 spot, we have Cacturne. Sadly enough, I actually forget about this Pokemon many times. And depending on what moveset you give it, it could be put in different types of tiers. Its main ones are UU, RU, and NU, I believe. And if you are a noob at competitive like me, UU is underused Pokemon, NU is never used Pokemon, and RU is rarely used Pokemon, so as you can hear from that, it's not really used that often. Cacturne's best stats are attack and special attack, so I wouldn't mind seeing a little bit more upgrades when it comes to certain stats, but there are tons of cool concepts for a Mega Cacturne. It is based off of a Scarecrow, so we could even see a Dark Ghost type Mega Evolution in the future, maybe, but it'll be kind of weird. It is a grass Pokemon, they can't take that away from it. But to be honest, it is freaking scary looking. Wow. Moving on to number 7, we have Liepard. Now I know from my Pokemon Reborn experience that Liepard could be really useful. It has a really high attack stat, and it is a fast Pokemon. I love speed invested Pokemon the most when it comes to any kind of competitive battling or just battling in general, and I like outspeeding stuff, so I definitely would like to see this one have a Mega Evolution. It's in the tier never used, and again, like I said, a lot of people actually prefer these Pokemon to stay in lower tiers because people like low tier battling a lot more than OU because maybe it gets old or something, but I would also like them to be more powerful, like why not? And then of course a lot of people like Mega Evolution strictly because of the design. Without a cool concept, people kind of turn away from certain Pokemon like Mega Aldino for an example. People don't really like to use it that much, but of course there's a lot of ugly Pokemon in my opinion that people like using. But I definitely love Liepard and I would like to see it a lot more. Moving on to number 6, we have Shiftry, and I have evolved. I used to not be able to say that because it's such a tongue freaking twister. Say Shiftry 10 times fast right now. Do it. But anyway, Shiftry is a fantastic mixed attacker because all of its stats are kind of all over the place. It has 90 HP, 100 attack. Its defense is kind of crappy to be honest. It's just a really good offensive Pokemon. But to see it excel even more would be really cool to see. Shiftry is actually based off of a Tengu or a Tengu, I cannot pronounce it, but it is another mythological beast. It's actually a really cool story if you want to look it up. With the concepts that people have already come up with, they kind of lean towards its origin a little bit more, which is fantastic and I love it. But let's go ahead and move on. At number 5, we have Darkrai. Yeah, I know, it's a legendary Pokemon, but we've seen in the past that legendary Pokemon do get Mega Evolutions every now and then, whether or not it's a primal form or just a form in general, like freaking Cell or Zygarde, whatever. I found some really cool concept art for a Darkrai Mega Evolution, and they're just too cool to pass up. I had to show you guys. But if they happen to give Darkrai one, please make it Dark Ghost. Please, I don't understand why this is not Dark Ghost. It bothers me so much. Moving on to number 4, we have Weavile. I've actually wanted Weavile to get one for a very long time. I was actually thinking that it was gonna get one whenever Mega Evolution first came out. It just seemed like the Pokemon that would get one. And of course, since this Pokemon Pokken is coming out, and a lot of Pokemon are able to transform to their Mega Evolutions, that would be a really cool special for Weavile. Why not? I know we've already seen Weavile special, which is freaking awesome, but I don't know, it's just a thought if they happen to release more Pokemon in the future. The only thing is Weavile is already a really strong Pokemon. It is already in the OU tier. It is overused, so obviously people use this Pokemon a lot. It's powerful. It's used as a revenge killer because of its speed and all that good stuff. And again, that's one of my favorite types of Pokemon, speedy attackers. They make me happy. There are a lot of fake Mega Evolutions for Weavile, and I really wish that they were real, to be honest, because they looked really cool, but there's a lot of concepts that actually look really interesting and I would love to see them in game. But be sure to put what dark Pokemon you would like to see with a Mega Evolution in the comment section below and let me know if you agree with any of these Pokemon. If you don't, that's fine. But let's move on to number 3. Wow, that was unprofessional, my bad. Oh well, it's okay. Taking our number 3 spot, we have Mightyena. In my opinion, Mightyena has 2 of the best abilities in the game. Intimidate and Moxie. Oh my goodness, think if this thing actually had a Mega Evolution. I'm pretty sure I've talked about Mightyena many times. There's a lot of cool Spotted Hyena Mightyenas. Oh wow. Spotted Hyena Mightyena. That's fun to say. Okay. Sorry, I got distracted. But anyway, besides Intimidate and Moxie, the thing that I have the most fun with is Play Rough. Its high stat is its attack, but I would actually like it to receive more speed if it were to receive a Mega Evolution. The only reason why I even say that is because it can also have the ability Quick Feet. Compared to having either Moxie or Intimidate, it's kind of useless, but just the fact that it could even have that ability, I think that it should be a faster Pokemon. But I'm very curious to see what they would do to Mightyena's design. Maybe they'll make it even fluffier. that's fine with me. Moving on to number 2, we have Scrafty. Scrafty is another Pokemon who could have the ability Moxie or Intimidate. It usually has the Shed Skin ability, but of course when it comes to competitive, people prefer Moxie or Intimidate. Most of the time, Scrafty is used as a sweeper, but its defense and special defense are its highest stats. If it were to receive a Mega Evolution, I would like to see a higher attack stat. I think that would make sense. Concerning a Mega Scrafty, I've actually spoke to Hoodlum Scrafty about it, and I'm pretty sure most of you guys know who that is. If you don't know, his link's in the channel because he gave me these ideas. He would like to see a Mega Scrafty be Fighting Dragon. Or is it Dark Dragon? But I'm pretty sure it's Fighting Dragon. It would make a lot of sense because Scraggy and Scrafty are like a lizard type thing, and the Mega Evolution will finally reach the dragon status, I suppose. And of course, in competitive, it is a dragon dancer. As you can see, I found some concepts of a Mega Scrafty. They're okay, but probably not what I would like to see for one. I would still like it to look like a dark type, but if it looked more dragon-like, or if it actually looked more menacing, because it honestly looks so laid back. I want it to look mean. It's a hoodlum Pokemon. Look meaner. It has that lazy look. I'm sorry. I definitely want it to stay with the fighting type though. Another type that it could be is fighting poison. It has a lot of poison abilities that they don't really touch up on, and it would make sense. And maybe finally it could learn Gunk Shot. That would be very helpful for Scrafty because it has such a bad fairy weakness, and may it forever be weak to fairies. Now before I move on to number 1, be sure to put what Pokemon you would like to see with a Mega Evolution in the comment section below. Also, tell me what type you would like me to cover next, and I'm always accepting fan art to be featured in my videos. If you even want to draw a concept of a Mega you would like to see, I may feature it in the next video. So that's always something to think about. If you like what you saw, please like and subscribe. I would love for you guys to stick around, and there's a lot more where that came from. But I'm gonna stop being a meanie now and actually reveal number 1 because I keep delaying it because that's funny. It's funny to me. Taking our number 1 spot is Zoroark. I am actually really surprised that this Pokemon does not have a Mega Evolution. What the crap? Whenever it first came out, and a lot of people may agree with me, it seems like it would be Lucario's rival. They're both like canine looking things. It's just cool. Look at them! Zoroark's the evil dark one, and Lucario is the noble fighting of justice, blah blah, and stuff. Yay. They both have a movie. They both have a very cuddly, sweet, cute little pre-evolution that you want to cuddle. And they're both canine looking thingy bobbers, and of course my explanation is totally professional. But in my mind, it always made sense to me. It's another speedy attacker. Its best stats are attack, special attack, and of course speed. And it would make even more sense if it got more special attack. It would rival Lucario even more, who is a physical attacker. It's perfect. So maybe in the future we'll finally get a Mega Zoroark, because I really want it. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching to the end of the video. I hope you guys really enjoyed it. Here's my social links, because that's what YouTubers do at the end of their video. So you should follow me. Pretty please with a chicken on top. Thank you. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.